Imagine you are just a few feet away from summiting Mount Everest, and then suddenly you realize that you are afraid of heights and you get back. Or maybe you are ready to launch your music album and you are just a few seconds away from launching it, but then you suddenly realize that you have fear of public speaking and you can't face the cameras and you want to back out. I mean, these are some extreme examples, I agree, but there's nothing short of the kind of fears that first time authors face when they want to write and publish their own books. In fact, I had some of these fears as well, and I have coached and trained hundreds of authors all over the world and published more than 200 authors from around the world, and I can say all of them, almost, like I would say 99% of all authors, they had one or more of these fears before they started their journey as an author. Let's explore some of these biggest fears that I have seen people overcome, and let's see what are the causes of those fears and also what to do about these fears. All right, let's go ahead. The first set of fears are called professional fears. I would like to call them professional fears because the origin of these fears are related to your professional identity, like what you work, where you work and with whom you work, your identity, your title, so all these things. So there are two main reasons, two main causes of these kind of professional fears to come up, like expertise fears and peer pressure. So expertise fears, what do I mean by that? These are questions like, do I have the expertise? Can I do a good job? And will my profession get enhanced when I write a book or not? And also peer pressure, like what will my boss say? What will my colleagues think? What will my people in my association feel about this? So these are the pressures that people may encounter, and what to do about these fears, how to overcome. The one strategy that I have seen people consistently use, and I have trained people on this, is focusing on the impact instead of focusing on the fears. So when you know the kind of impact that you can create by writing and publishing your own book, by becoming an authority and an influencer on your topic, then these fears will fade away instantly. All right. Another set of fears, personal fears. These are related to your personal identity, like as a person, who you are, how you come across as a person, your personal attributes, personal values, what you believe, what you don't believe. The two main reasons for personal fears to come up are fear of failure and fear of expectations. Fear of failure, of course, everybody understands this, like what if I fail, what if I don't do a good job, can I do this project, can I actually write a book? So all these kind of limiting beliefs. And expectations are also related to fears, but these are like the other side. Some people have told me, like, I don't know, I have set myself a very high expectation and people see me like having a very high I expect very high of myself. Will I be able to meet those expectations? So that is another fear, or a limiting belief that can clip the wings of becoming a published author. So what do you do about it? Discard limiting beliefs. See, identification of these limiting beliefs itself is 50% of the battle won. And the additional strategy is, of course, you all know that, embrace change. Embrace the new adventure. Becoming an author is definitely going to be an adventurous project, I would say, because it takes a lot of thinking, it takes a lot of doing, it takes a lot of interacting, and when there will definitely be a change, because it is going to change your identity. When you write a book and you become a published author, you are not only the title of your profession, like you may be a doctor, you may be an engineer, you may be the CEO, CXO, whoever you are already, plus you will also become an author of this book. So this writing a book will get attached to your personal identity, and this is a lifetime identity. So it is quite natural to have these fears. But the way to overcome these fears is to embrace change, go for it, get on this adventure, and then you will love it. Next one, creative fears. So what are creative fears? These are related to the creation of your book, the creation of your manuscript. Two very important fears that I have seen people have in this category is fear of process and fear of mediocrity. Like it is something related to expectations as well. Say, I have had people ask me like, Raam, what if I write a book and it comes across as a mediocre effort? And what if I write a book and if the topic is mediocre? And what if can I finish this? I don't know the process. I don't know how to write. I don't know how to put this together. So what I don't know can become a problem. So I am not creative. That is another. I don't know how to write creatively. I don't know whether I can write an entire book. Maybe I can write an email or a chapter or a blog post. I don't know whether I am creative enough to write an entire book. And folks, here we are talking about non-fiction, which is not mainly about creativity. Of course, you need creativity, but that is not the main point here. To create a non-fiction book, you need teaching points, right? What are you teaching? How are you teaching those points? So when teaching points become distilled as your wisdom, as your insight, as your perspective into a book, then you become a non-fiction business author. And how do you overcome these limiting beliefs of process fears and mediocrity fears? That is by having a publishing coach if you can afford one, or working with a hybrid publishing house like Stardom, where we work with our clients right from the idea stage. I mean, our clients don't even know their topic when we start their projects, because we create, we find out, we dig them out, we do all these exercises to help our clients to create a book that they are not only proud of, but also helps them solve their existing business or professional problems, plus helps them reach a higher level of aspirations they have set for themselves. So once you have a publishing advisor in place, I mean, you will have accountability, you will have guidance, you will have the action steps that you can follow, and you will complete the project on time. Next one, the last one, fear of reception. Well, many people have this even after they have done the entire job of manuscript preparation, writing the book. It is all ready, mock-ups are ready, it is ready for publishing. And that's when this fear comes up. And these fears are, there are two kinds of fears. Number one, no readers. Like when the fear of reception arises from this thought of saying or thinking like, Raam, now I have written this book, now it is ready for publishing. What if I don't have any readers? What if nobody reads my book? And what if people read my book and I get criticized, I get judged, and people may say negative things. I may get trolled. I don't want to release my book. So these are genuine fears actually. These are not light. I'm taking it light-hearted because I'm going to suggest a solution for you. But genuine, these are genuine reasons, genuine fears that people have before they publish their first book. This is especially first time. And when you go through this process once and you are confident, your self-esteem goes up, your confidence goes up, and you have got experience now, then your second book onwards, you don't have this feeling at all. This is only for the first time authors. It is more pronounced that way. So what you can do about it? I mean, one thing I can give you or tell you as an insight is just enjoy the process, because criticism is always going to be there, whether you write your book or don't write your book, whether you do your job, you don't do your job. People will always judge you. People will always criticize other people. I mean, look at all the famous people or the celebrities that you know, the heads of states, actors and politicians and business leaders, professional stalwarts. I mean, look at the top 1% in your own industry. Don't you think they have criticisms? Of course they have. Bill Gates, for example, I'm just taking names. Steve Jobs, for example. There are millions of people who like those people, but there are also a few people who don't like them, who criticize them, who troll them. Doesn't matter. There are just a very small percentage of people who criticize, and when you focus on the criticizers or criticisms or negative comments, you are ignoring a large number of positive comments that are coming in. People, there are thousands of times more. Maybe you have got 1,000 comments, and out of that 5 negative comments, let's say, or 10. That is such a small percentage. You are focusing on the 10 people there and ignoring the 990 people out here who are willing to support you, who are cheering you on. So instead of focusing on the criticizers, tire kickers, naysayers, focus on the people who are supporting you and enjoy the process. So these are the 4 different categories of fears that could be clipping your wings of writing and publishing your own book. And now you know where they start from, where they come from. Awareness is key. And now you also know how you can handle these fears before they can, rob you of your dream of becoming a published author. Signing off here, Raam, Anand, once again. And keep smiling, believe in yourself, and get all the best things in life.